Flexibility assessment. Before performing the flexibility assessments, make sure to start with a 5 to 10 minute aerobic warm-up. We will start off with the Canadian trunk forward flexion test. This test is to assess the hamstrings and lower back flexibility. You will need a flexometer to sit and reach box at 26 centimeters mark. We will start off by removing your shoes, then you will sit with your feet flat against the box and reach forward with one hand on top of the other and exhaling as you reach. Hold it for 2 seconds and do not lead with one hand, making sure knees are in bend. Repeat assessment twice and take best out of the two scores. Remember to subtract 3 centimeters from each value, then categorize yourself. In my case, I scored a 25, going under the category of need improvement. The YMCA sit and reach test is to assess the lower back and hip joint flexibility. Shoes will need to be removed for this test, and you will need a yardstick placed on the floor mat with a piece of tape across at this 15-inch mark. You will now sit in between the yardstick and legs extended and heels touching the edge of the tape about 10 to 10 inches apart. You will then reach forward, exhaling as you reach, fingers touching the stick, holding it for 2 seconds. Do not lead with one hand and making sure knees are in bend. Scored is in inches, repeat assessment twice and taking the best score out of the two. This table is used to categorize the YMCA sit and reach test by age and sex. In my case, I scored a 16, falling under the well below average. The chair sit and reach test. This test is for older populations due to functional limitations. You will need a 17-inch height chair and a ruler to measure the distance reached. For this test, you will not need to remove your shoes. You would sit at the front edge of the chair with back straight with one leg extended with ankle and dorsiflexion. Keep the untested leg flat on the floor. Keep hand in normal alignment. Exhale as you reach forward. Hold for 2 seconds. You will need a second person to assist and hold ruler. Score is in inches. If space between big toe and fingertips is counted as a negative score. If finger passes the big toe, then it's a positive score. Touching the toe is scored as a 0. In my case, my fingers passed my toes, so it was counted as a positive score. Thomas test. This test is to assess the flexibility of the hip flexors. You will lie supine on your back, bringing on one leg to your chest. If the straight leg remains in contact with the mat, then the hip flexors on that leg are flexible. Remember to test both legs. In my case, both legs remain close in contact with the mat, making hip flexors flexible.